Have you ever paused just for a moment and wondered if the universe has been whispering to you all along, but the noise of life kept drowning it out? Since the quiet beginning of June, something subtle yet powerful has been shifting behind the scenes. A rare alignment, like a soft, steady pulse, is moving through your life. You may not see it, but you can sense it. What if I told you that 6 ancient numbers, each infused with timeless energy, are now awakening in full force as June 2025 unfolds? This isn't a coincidence, it's not chance, it's divine timing, and ignoring it could mean missing the very breakthrough your soul has been quietly yearning for. These aren't just numbers, they are spiritual codes, rooted in sacred Buddhist teachings, cosmic rhythms, and the deep truths of numerology. Each number holds its own vibration: abundance, clarity, movement, and transformation. And now, for the first time in a long time, they are all aligning. Sounds mystical? It's because for centuries monks, astrologers, and seekers of truth have taught one thing: when your inner world aligns with the rhythm of the cosmos, miracles unfold, just like the lotus flower blooming at sunrise. And right now, that universal rhythm is pulsing stronger than ever. In this video, I'm revealing the 6 powerful numbers that could reshape your financial journey, not by luck, but by divine alignment. These numbers weren't randomly selected, they were discovered through sacred teachings and deep spiritual insight. But here's what makes this even more powerful. The final number in this sacred sequence carries a rare, magnetic energy. It has long been associated with ancient wealth and generational blessings. You won't just hear it, you'll feel it. It will stir something deep within, like your soul already recognizes its importance. And as a gift, if you stay with me until the end, I'll share a bonus number, one meant to amplify your abundance and send a wave of positive energy through every part of your life. So don't scroll past. The universe doesn't knock the same way twice. This moment, this message, and these numbers, they may be the very signs you've been waiting for. As the old Buddhist proverb says, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. If you're ready, this could be your moment. Before we begin, if you're new here, hit the like button, subscribe to Buddhist Flute, and comment below with this affirmation: the God of the 11th hour will bless me in June. Let's align, let's believe, let's receive. June abundance pours in like golden rain for those who are truly open to it. Now let us begin. Let's take our first step into this journey of awakening with quiet courage and deep trust. And we begin with the number 18. At first glance, it may seem like just a number, but the number 18 holds a calm, steady energy. It doesn't demand attention, it carries a silent power. It whispers of resilience, of strength, that doesn't give up, no matter how heavy the burden or how long the path. Have you ever felt like you're just inches from a breakthrough, only for life to throw yet another challenge in your way? Like the finish line is near but always just out of reach. If that speaks to you, then the 18th of June may be the number your soul has been waiting for. It represents persistence, the kind that stays steady even when the world gets rough. As Buddhist wisdom teaches, the strongest tree is not the one that resists the storm, but the one that bends and rises again. The number 18 speaks to the quiet warriors, the ones healing, rebuilding, and chasing dreams that feel far away. Maybe June is the month you're trying to get back on your feet financially, or perhaps you're navigating emotional healing, or chasing a goal you can't yet touch, but can feel. 18 doesn't offer shortcuts, it offers strength. It doesn't promise quick fixes, it promises real, lasting progress. The kind that leaves a mark. It reminds you that every step you've taken, every tear you've cried, every late-night effort you've poured your heart into, it hasn't been in vain. You are moving forward, even when it doesn't feel like it. And when we reduce 18, 148, we arrive at the number 9, a number symbolizing completion, wisdom, and spiritual fulfillment. In numerology, This holds a powerful truth. Progress isn't only measured by your achievements, it's measured by who you become on the journey. And right now, in these sacred early days of June, universal energy is sharpening, focused, clear, and spiritually aligned. Within this vibrational field, 18 stands tall as a gentle guide for the patient ones, walking the long, quiet road, because the universe doesn't reward speed, it rewards those who stay the course. Astrologically, 18 connects to the moon, a powerful soft force that stirs both the oceans and our emotions. The moon doesn't test us to break us, it tests us to prepare us. You're not being blocked, you're being built, you're not being delayed, you're being developed. Across spiritual traditions, 18 is respected as a number that bridges the physical and the spiritual realms. It reminds us that true wealth isn't only about money, it's about what you've conquered, what you've learned, and the quiet evolution of your soul. These first days of June aren't just dates, they're divine invitations. Let 18 be your compass. If you're struggling, healing old wounds, or chasing dreams that once seemed lost, do it with intention, do it with presence. Let 18 guide you like a single flame in the dark. And remember, you are not behind, you are not too late, you are exactly where you need to be. Now, the energy begins to shift. We move from persistence to perception, from pushing forward to seeing clearly what was always there. Welcome to the realm of number 11, a space where logic softens and the voice within finally speaks loud and clear. Have you ever felt a sudden truth rise in your chest, a gut feeling so strong, so precise it stopped you in your tracks? That wasn't just emotion, that was intuition, that was the sacred pulse of 11. In these early days of June, a subtle shift is taking place. The fog is lifting, the unseen is coming into view. Dreams feel more vivid, your inner voice becomes louder, and the intuition you've questioned for so long, it's now asking to be trusted. In numerology, 11 is known as the master number, the spiritual messenger. It doesn't speak through logic, it speaks through signs, synchronicities, moments of déjà vu, lyrics that strike the heart, patterns that keep repeating. 11 doesn't teach, it awakens. It is a doorway, a portal to your higher knowing. So, pause and ask yourself, what have I been sensing but ignoring? What message has been trying to reach me, quietly, persistently? Because 11 isn't just about insight, it's a call to trust your insight, to stop brushing off those repeating numbers, those goosebumps, those divine coincidences that don't feel random at all. These early days of June are not ordinary, they are a sacred space. Let your intuition be your prayer. Let the number 11 be the open door that takes you through it. Astrologically, 11 vibrates with the energy of Uranus, the planet of transformation, surprise, and spiritual awakening. That means the atmosphere around you is alive, not with chaos, but with possibility. Insight no longer whispers, it arrives like a crashing wave. Truth surfaces in forms you never expected. Numbers on clocks, random conversations, dreams that won't fade. These are not accidents, they are divine nudges. They mean something is about to shift in your life. Mystics and prophets across centuries believed 11 opened gateways between worlds. Even Nostradamus spoke of it as a number of prophecies. But you don't need to see the future. You only need to be present, especially now. So if you've been seeing 11 everywhere, on receipts, on clocks, in dreams, it's not random. It means the veil is thin. The universe is close. Say yes to that. Say yes to your awakening. Comment below, yes, I'm ready for abundance in the third week of June. Let your words echo into the universe. Let them unlock the path ahead, because your time isn't coming. Your time is already here, and the energy of June is rising like a sacred tide, ready to carry you forward. Now we move from insight to action, from seeing clearly to building boldly. We step into the powerful vibration of the master number 22, known in numerology as the architect of destiny, Have you ever held a vision so vivid, so alive? It didn't feel like a simple idea, it felt like a command from your soul. That's the call of 22. While others imagine, 22, while some wait, 22 moves. And right now, in these potent and energized early days of June, the message is loud and clear. What are you ready to bring to life? What dream has been patiently waiting inside you, whispering, now? 22 isn't just a number, it's a sacred bridge between spirit and form. It doesn't demand perfection, it asks for purpose, it speaks with grounded authority. Enough waiting, it's time to build, and what better time than now? June arrives like a blank canvas, a season of renewal, a moment for fresh blueprints, bold beginnings, and aligned momentum. In Buddhist wisdom, true growth doesn't happen only in silence or stillness. It blossoms through right action, through walking your path with clarity and intention. That's what 22 teaches, not to rush, not to force, but to focus, to move with sacred structure, to act with intention. Astrologically, 22 hums with the grounded energy of Saturn, the planet of discipline, structure and karmic reward. And Saturn doesn't bless the fastest. It blesses the ready, the patient, the intentional. That means every choice you make in these opening days of June has weight. Every small action is a stone in the foundation of your future. So if you've been waiting for a sign to launch that project, start that business, write that book, begin that transformation, this is it. The universe isn't whispering anymore. It's declaring, your time is now. Let these early days of June be your sacred building ground. Let 22 draw your inner vision into physical form. One step, one choice, one aligned action at a time. Because real change, the kind that lasts, isn't made from impulse, it's shaped with devotion. And 22 is guiding you to build something real, something that lasts. Whether it's a new business, a relationship, a creative journey, or a new version of yourself, 22 supports those who commit fully. It's not about dreaming harder, it's about acting smarter. So ask yourself, what can I start today that my future self will thank me for? 22 reminds us, success isn't about wishing, it's about showing up, laying the bricks, and becoming the builder of your own destiny. You're not waiting for change anymore, you are the change. And when you embrace that, you begin the most sacred part of your journey yet. You're not just entering a new month, you're stepping into the power to build something extraordinary, something that endures, something that still stands, long after June has passed. Now, we arrive at a threshold, and standing at that threshold is the number 27. This is not just a number, it's a cosmic gateway, a divine frequency that unlocks the door to true transformation, to inner resilience, and to your destined success. Have you ever felt like you were standing right on the edge of something huge, like one more brave step forward could change everything? That's the energy of 27. It doesn't whisper, it calls. It calls to those who are done with surface-level shifts. It calls to the seekers, the bold hearts, the ones ready to evolve, soul deep. Because this isn't about quick wins, this is about true evolution. The kind that transforms not just your circumstances, but your being. And in June 2025, as a rare and sacred cosmic alignment unfolds, the spiritual atmosphere is alive, radiant, and pulsing with possibility. 27 shines like a beacon within it, not for those who want to escape life, but for those ready to transcend within it. This is your edge, this is your next step. And 27 is waiting with open arms and focused energy to guide you forward. In sacred numerology, 27 is a masterful blend, a fusion of wisdom and achievement, of doing and becoming. It carries the essence of material growth, yet it is anchored in spiritual maturity. It is a number of balances, of building with intention and rising with grace. 27 speaks to those who know real success is not driven by ambition alone, it is rooted in resilience, sustained by self-awareness, and guided by spiritual alignment. 27 is your soul's reminder. If you truly want to rise, you must first go inward. If you seek real abundance, it must begin with clarity of intention. Your energy must match your desire. Your heart must match your vision. So why is 27 appearing now with such intensity? Because the cosmic currents moving around you are also moving through you. And that movement is doing something far deeper than stirring motivation. It is awakening purpose. The number 27 carries the frequency of karmic clarity, a moment to look at your past, not with regret, but with reflection. This is your moment to ask, what have I learned? What cycles must I break? What truth am I finally ready to live? This is not punishment, this is redemption. 27 is the energy of earned wisdom. It is the universe gently saying, you've seen the cycle, you've carried the weight. Now it's time to choose differently. Mystic sages and seers throughout history, including Nostradamus, recognized 27 as a number of reckoning and renewal, a number that rises when fate begins to shift, when we're ready to own our past and reshape our future. Even Baba Vanga, the revered mystic of the Balkans, spoke of 27 as a sacred number of soul alignment and karmic return. So when it appears, especially under the rare and heightened spiritual charge of June, it's not a coincidence, it's a turning point, a moment to break the old, to heal the wounds, to choose with clarity, and step into the highest version of yourself. These early days of June are not just ordinary time, they are spiritual initiation points, and 27 is your sacred invitation to walk forward, not with fear, but with courage, not to escape your past, but to understand it, transform it, and use it as the very fuel for your rise. So let me ask you, with tenderness and honesty, what are you still carrying that does not belong to the future you want to create? What belief, what habit, what relationship, what fear must be released? Because 27 doesn't ask for perfection, it asks for presence. It doesn't demand that you have all the answers. It invites you to listen to your body, to your breath, to your heart, to the intuition that has been whispering all along. In this sacred window of June, 27 becomes your quiet ally, a spiritual compass, softly reminding you, now is your time to rise, not by forgetting what's been, but by transforming it, not by rushing, but by realigning. And if you've followed this journey this far, it's because something in you already knows, something powerful is shifting. The universe is calling you closer. Soon we'll arrive at the final sacred number, the one that completes this energetic journey with clarity and divine purpose. But for now, take a breath. Let 27 settle into your spirit. Let it become your anchor, your guide, your invitation to slow down and go deeper. Because true transformation does not come in a flash. It unfolds with care, with reflection, with spiritual precision. Let this be your truth in these early days of June. It's not about doing more, it's about doing what's right, with clarity, with alignment, with wisdom. Let 27 lead you, not just to any success, but to aligned success, the kind that honors your story, reshapes your present, and secures your sacred future. So today ask yourself honestly, what will I consciously choose to become? Not someday, not later, now. Because the universe is not asking you to wait, it is asking you to rise. Remember this, the number 22 is not just a symbol, it is the master architect of your future. It doesn't just dream, it designs. It doesn't whisper about vague possibilities. It hands you the blueprint, and as you step into the sacred space of June, the energy of 22 does not arrive with a gentle breeze. It arrives with presence, with purpose. It is not here to spark passive daydreams. It is here to awaken sacred construction. Have you ever held a vision so vivid, so electric? It didn't feel like a wish. It felt like a command from your soul. That's 22 speaking. Unlike chaotic or impulsive energies, 22 holds a steady, grounding frequency. It doesn't rush, it doesn't waver. It teaches you to build with discipline, to move with clarity, to lay each stone with intention. This is not the season for idle hoping. This is the hour of sacred strategy. So as June begins, 22 brings a powerful question to your soul. What bold, grounded goal can I set today that will shape my future? That is not just reflection, that is activation. That question is a personal portal into a new cycle of becoming. Because 22 reminds us, success doesn't fall from the sky, it's carved into reality, step by sacred step, stone by sacred stone, day by conscious day. Whether you're building a business, healing a relationship, redefining your career, or finally stepping into your true self, 22 is your foundation. It stands behind you like a cosmic compass, quietly aligning your actions with your deeper calling. You're not dreaming of a better life anymore. You are building it right now. But here's the sacred shift. Just as blueprints create buildings, structure is not the end, because once the structure is in place, the soul must move in, and that's where the number 27 enters. Where 22 gives you tools, 27 gives you truth. Where 22 lays the framework, 27 shapes the soul within it. 27 doesn't whisper, it resonates. It doesn't nudge, it calls. In sacred numerology, 27 is the number of true transformation, a divine synthesis of spiritual wisdom and material impact, where ambition meets awakening, where effort aligns with destiny. And as we move deeper into June, especially near June 9th, when a rare celestial alignment charges this number with fierce clarity, 27 becomes more than just a vibration, it becomes a beacon. 27 is not asking you to forget the past, it's asking you to redefine it. Have you felt it? That quiet inner pull, that knowing something heavy needs to be released, that certain habits, beliefs or relationships can no longer travel with you into your next chapter. That's not resistance, that's 27 guiding you. That's your soul preparing for its next evolution. Throughout time, mystics have honored the sacred weight of 20. Nostradamus saw it as a number of karmic reckoning, a moment when fate pauses, and you are invited to choose again, this time with deeper awareness. But this is not about guilt, it is not punishment, this is liberation, because 27 awakens the law of karmic balance. What you offer to the world, in thought, in word, in vibration, returns to you, often multiplied. And in this sacred truth lies your power. If energy can return, it can also be redirected, it can be healed, it can be transformed. Baba Vanga, the blind seer of the Balkans, called 27 the number of karmic reward and spiritual awakening. She said that in times of intense planetary energy, like now, people would come face to face with the very lessons they need most, not to suffer, but to wake up. Old wounds resurface, not to haunt you, but to heal you. Toxic cycles break, not by accident, but by conscious choice. So ask yourself now, what am I ready to release? What am I ready to reclaim? Because when you walk with 27, you walk with power, not loud, external power, but soul-deep power, the kind that reshapes your life from the inside out. Those willing to do the deep work, to face themselves fully, will step into lives of clarity, strength, and purpose. So let me ask you now, on this sacred day, what truth have you been avoiding that is finally ready to be seen? What old pattern must end, so your new life can finally begin? Because 27 doesn't ask for perfection, it doesn't demand that you have every answer, it simply invites you to be present, to reflect honestly, to choose courageously, because true success is never just measured in wealth or status, it is measured in alignment. When your values, your voice, and your vision finally walk the same path, that's when your life becomes more than progress, it becomes purpose. You were never meant to live halfway, you are here to rise fully, intentionally, awake, empowered. Let 27 guide you now. Let it help you reclaim your story, not by rewriting your past, but by using it as the sacred fire that forges the most elevated version of your future. The universe is not asking for your perfection, it is only asking for your participation. And now, as we prepare to unlock the final number in this sacred journey, we step into 44. With 22, you laid the foundation. With 27, you became the architect of your soul's next chapter. And now, with master number 44, you become the fortifier, the one who builds not just with hope, but with healing, not just with plans, but with power, because 44 does not rise with noise, it rises with presence. It does not demand attention through chaos, it arrives with stability, endurance, and divine protection. In a world that rushes, 44 asks you to pause, to listen, to root, to anchor yourself in something real. And in this stillness, 44 asks, what will you stand for when the winds of life rise around you? This is not temporary motivation, this is lasting transformation. This is not a flicker, this is the foundation stone of your new existence. Let this moment, this day, this breath, be more than just a date on the calendar. Let it be your initiation, because the first bricks of your next life are being laid right now. And the only question is, will you build on fear, or will you build on faith? Welcome to the sacred emergence of Master number 44, the Master Healer, the Divine Builder. After the clarity of 22, after the soul shift of 27, we now arrive at the elevation of. In numerology, the number 4 represents foundation, discipline, dedication, but when it doubles, it transforms. 44 becomes the master force of the endurance, divine protection, spiritual grounding. It is not just a builder, it is a fortress. 44 does not erase your wounds, it teaches you how to rise because of them. It does not promise ease, it offers you strength. The kind of strength that doesn't bend when life gets heavy. The kind of power that does not collapse under pressure. The kind of spiritual armor you carry through every chapter. So ask yourself, what part of your life is ready to be rebuilt, stronger, wiser, deeper than before? Because June 2025 is not just the turning of time, it is a moment of alignment. This year carries a divine current of building, healing, and spiritual return, and within that current, 44 rises as your guardian, a sacred wall between you and chaos, between you and doubt, between you and the fear of the unknown. 44 doesn't rush blindly, it remembers, it protects, it builds with intention, wisdom from the mystics, the prophecies of 44. Throughout history, mystics, seers, and prophets have honored the frequency of 44. Nostradamus believed that when 44 appears, the world enters a test, not to break, but to awaken. Barbara Vanga, the Balkan prophetess, spoke of 44 as the soul's return to stability, a number that appears when it's time to heal at the root, and build not from fantasy, but from spiritual truth. So here we are, the journey from 22, a journey of vision, transformation, and now foundation. Let this be your sacred trilogy. 22 gave you the tools, 27 gave you the truth, 44 now gives you the strength to build what truly lasts. And through it all, remember, you are not just here to survive this life, you are here to build it, with wisdom, with purpose, with power. Now breathe, stand tall, anchor deep, and begin. With 22 you began to build, with 27 you transformed and aligned, and now with master number 44, you root, you heal, you rise, because 44 is not the end of your story, it is the foundation of your legacy. In sacred numerology, 44 is not here to inspire momentary motivation, it is here to awaken lasting transformation. It is not a flicker, it is the stone upon which your next life is built. 44 does not shout for attention, it anchors, it does not demand speed, it invites stability, endurance, and divine trust. It is the quiet power behind sacred strength, the unshakable presence that rises when the world feels uncertain. The mystics knew this. They spoke of 44 as a time when those who stood in truth and integrity would not only survive the storm, but lead others through it, from darkness into light. Baba Vanga, the famed seer of the Balkans, believed 44 to be a symbol of divine trust. She said it arrives in our lives during times of great transition, when logic falls short and we are asked to lean, not on control, but on faith in divine timing. Because when 44 appears, the universe is working for you, even if you can't yet see it. Today, on this sacred first day of June, that message is not for the world, it is for you. How to harness the power of 44. As you walk through these early days of June, carry 44 not just as a number, but as a mantra. Let it guide your thoughts with clarity. Let it anchor your goals with persistence. Let it protect your heart with courage and wisdom. This is not the time to ask how fast can I go. This is the time to ask, what can I build that will last? 44 blesses your foundations, not just in business or money, but in identity, health, relationships, and soul purpose. It reminds you, you do not need to rush, you need to rise, stone by sacred stone. So pause and reflect. What systems in your life need strengthening? What personal boundaries need reinforcement? Where have you been building on shaky ground? And how can you lay stronger roots? Because 44 doesn't offer you quick wins, it offers you long-term transformation. It is the inner architecture of a meaningful life. And it whispers, you have everything you need. Start now. If something in this message stirred something inside you, then this moment is no accident. This is your divine invitation to claim the energy of 44. Speak this aloud or write it down to set your intention. I am not chasing, I am creating. I do not rush, I build. With wisdom I rise. With strength I endure. I am rooted. I am ready. These are not just words, they are seeds. And when planted with intention, they grow into something sacred. If this message has spoken to your soul, don't keep it to yourself. Like, subscribe, and share this with someone who may need it. You never know whose life might change because of your light. Because here's the truth. Your journey is already in motion. The road is rising to meet you. You are not lost. You are not late. You are becoming. With 22 you began to build. With 27 you transformed and aligned. And now with 44, you are grounded. You are guided. You are growing into something unshakably strong. This is not the end. This is the beginning. This is your foundation. And your time is now.